SMT Nation, We Back Nation. This article from Dano Light reading, a pretty good one. It covers everything from Verizon's Q4 2023 and then the forward-looking guidance for what to expect from 2024. Link will be provided in the description. I'm just going to offer my commentary to each of the pieces mentioned here in this article. All right, so you guys can find the link down in the description. Ways to support us can be found there as well. All right, so Verizon pledges continued customer growth amid pricing increases. All right, let's see if that is possibly going to be the truth. All right, so according to this article and the way it's written up here is that Verizon plans on, using the price increase lever in 2024, and the way they're going to do that is with some price action. Right, you're going to see some of the plans, which we covered content on this, previously videos covering that. They're going to raise prices on some older plans, some legacy plans, and that should help them improve their margins and, increase revenues. So that's going to be happening, and that's important to note. Another thing they're going to do is continue cost cutting. Right, all of this obviously leads to, investors being very happy with all of that. Throw in the fact that Verizon is going to relax CapEx a bit. So from spending, peak of like $23 billion a couple years ago down to almost $19 billion last year, and now moving forward, they're going to be closer to like 17 to 17.5 billion. Now, is that a far drop from where they've been historically? It's a small reduction, right? It's a small percentage. There's still work to do on the network side of things, so they'll continue to do that. But it is notable that is there. With respect to the Verizon stock, since the beginning of the year, it has improved by 10% on those types of operating metrics. During the quarter, Verizon added 318,000 of these postpaid phone net adds, the most valuable, the most profitable. So when you look at all these factors, there's a lot of reason as an investor, as someone who's focused on margins, to be pleased with what Verizon has been doing, right? Revenues, margins, they're all there, right? The C-band build, for the most part, is done in major markets and medium-sized markets. Now they're going to be focused on more like the rural and small suburban areas, and those areas will continue to see growth because what Verizon has seen is that where they have C-band, they win. They retain their customers, and they add new ones. Now, here's the thing I wanted to discuss specifically. Financial analyst at MoffettNathanson saying, quote, beyond the numbers, there's still the nagging concern that Verizon's value proposition, especially for consumers, is broken. The days of Verizon having the best network are seemingly over, especially in 5G. We often see comparisons of 5G network speeds, and they consistently highlight T-Mobile's advantage. I want to talk about this. T-Mobile just had their highest churn rate, I think, for the year in Q4. The reason I want to talk about this is because we may be seeing a different trend or progression for those networks. I want to speak specifically about Verizon versus T-Mobile. Historically, in recent years, T-Mobile has ascended in network operations. Their network has gotten larger, their network has gotten more reliable, and their network has gotten faster. The speeds has allowed them, with all this capacity, to sell it to a lot of people, grow, at fixed wireless access subscribers. Recently, with this most recent quarter, they have a churn rate that has spiked and made them last in the industry. That used to be Verizon. They switched places. What changed, possibly? I believe, and I have an inclination, it might be a situation where there are two things happening. Number one, T-Mobile's value proposition is not as good as it used to be. And number two, I think it could be the network. I think T-Mobile's network might be regressing. I think for whatever reason, their growth, which has been outstanding at T-Mobile, I think they're kind of showing maybe overselling it and not being able to keep pace with the capacity demands of their customers. More and more customers on the network, more and more use cases on the network, and each of the customers using more data. Verizon, for what it's worth, has improved its network with C-band. They're increasing capacity and scaling it. So they're ascending. Their trend is up for networking. Meanwhile, it's possible we may see the beginning of a downward trend for T-Mobile. So what I'm saying is it's possible that the T-Mobile network may have been at least partially responsible for the churn rate in Q4 for T-Mobile. And this statement here from MoffettNathanson in that case would be misguided. Because if this trend were to continue, we continue to see spikes in churn for T-Mobile, they would be losing their value proposition and they would be losing their perceived network edge. And it would be Verizon that would be taking this. And don't forget about AT&T, who historically has grown because they offer the best phone trade-in deals, offer the best value on those promotions, and their network is also getting faster and also getting more modernized. And they have the industry low churn. So in my opinion, I think MoffettNathanson is off. I think they're way off base. I think that for them to say that the days of like networking and stuff doesn't really matter or T-Mobile has the advantage, I think that statement is outdated. Everywhere where Verizon has C-band, their churn rates are lower compared to areas they don't. Everywhere Verizon has C-band, they grow and add customers. Where they don't have C-band, they don't grow. Well, more and more places are getting C-band. So this statement from MoffettNathanson, who in my opinion offers some of the worst takes out of all the analysts, I think they're off base. So everything covered here in this article, that's really the only thing that I feel is kind of misleading and a little bit disingenuous. You could see, I believe, where MoffettNathanson has their money stashed. What do you guys think? Sound off in the comment section below. You are the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.